What is up, everybody? I'm here with Plato. Welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about Scream 7 today because the director apparently has reacted to Melissa Barrera firing. Quote, "Stop yelling," he says. By the way, this has also resulted, at least in my opinion, in Jenna Ortega's exit from the movie as well, because these two ladies are the main stars of the previous film. It looks like Hollywood has let politics affect how they cast people in movies. I think they've been doing this for a long time, but this seems like a blatant reaction to something that does not need to be in our entertainment, which is politics. So let's check out this story together and get to the bottom of what's going on with Scream 7 and what its future is going to look like. Scream 7 director Christopher Landon issued a brief statement Tuesday after it was announced that actress Melissa Barrera was fired from the horror movie franchise due to her social media posts about the Israel-Hamas war. Quote, "This is my statement," Landon 48 tweeted alongside a broken heart emoji. "Everything sucks. Stop yelling. This was not my decision to make." Yes, but it's not like you really stood up for them or did anything about it, did ya? The movie is still happening, apparently, and they're going to be switching the actresses out. It's going to be looking like a different movie if it does go through with being made. Landon has since deleted the tweet, of course, and Spyglass Entertainment has also issued a statement condemning the In the Heights star. Spyglass' stance is unequivocally clear, the statement read. "We have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech." Isn't that free speech? And I'm pretty sure that what she posted really is not that bad, but we're going to take a look at it because I don't have all of the information on hand. Barrera's exit came after the Vita star posted a series of Instagram stories regarding the ongoing conflict. Quote, "I too come from a colonized country," wrote Barrera, 33, last month beside a Mexican flag logo. "Palestine will be free," she added in her caption. "They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds." And on Monday, she added, "At the end of the day, I'd rather be excluded for who I include than be included for who I exclude." Now, I actually have no idea what Jenna Ortega's politics or what Melissa Barrera's politics are. I do know that war is awful, and I do also know that entertainment should not be having any kind of conversation in terms of politics, but because they're doing that, this movie is going to go through one giant shakeup. The entire movie is probably going to be different at the end of the day once Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera are gone. And from what I am seeing, they have already announced their departure. In a second post, the actress compared Gaza to a concentration camp. "Gaza is currently being treated like a concentration camp," Barrera claimed, "cornering everyone together with nowhere to go, no electricity, no water." This is actually true, according to mainstream news reporting. She added, "People have learned nothing from our histories, and just like our histories, people are still silently watching it all happen. This is genocide and ethnic cleansing." Again, this is her personal views, and this should not affect the movie's production. But Spyglass has taken it upon themselves to be the arbiters of what is free speech and what is hate speech, which is extremely wrong on so many levels. Barrera portrayed new series character Samantha Carpenter in 2022's Scream alongside fellow newcomer Jenna Ortega and franchise vets Courtney Cox and Neve Campbell. The actress later reprised her role in 23's Scream 6. Landon's Scream 7 is slated to slash its way into theaters in 25 after being delayed due to the simultaneous actors and writers' strikes that brought Hollywood to a standstill. So right after the strikes, they do something like this. And it's going to affect the movie in a big way, probably a negative way. I'm not sure what kind of advice they were getting, but this is not a good decision. Barrera is not the only actress to protest Israel's actions in the wake of the October 7th attack by Hamas. Oscar winner Susan Sarandon was also dropped by her management company after the Thelma and Louise spoke out last week at a pro-Palestinian rally in New York City. Quote, "There are a lot of people afraid of being Jewish at this time and are getting a taste of what it feels like to be a Muslim in this country," which it really does suck that she says that. I really do not think that we should be dividing people. I am against war completely. I support Israel's right to defend itself, but I do not support just absolutely destroying another country in self-defense, because that just leads to more wars, more money being spent that doesn't need to be spent. And it really sucks that I even have to talk about this on this channel because I really do not usually talk about such things like war. But that's what we're talking about today, because Spyglass and Hollywood and all of these other companies who've continuously put politics in their movies and made politics their center focus for their art forms such as films, it's made things worse for audiences, for production companies, and it's just led to a bunch of chaos, which is exactly what's happening here. Chaos is ensuing because of political views. And that's why it needs to stay out of movies, man. Sources close to UTA told Page 6 that several staffers at the company were extremely hurt by the Rocky Horror Picture Show alum's comments. Aviva Klompas, I don't even know if that's right, former director of speechwriting at the Israeli mission to the United Nations, wrote that when Susan Sarandon said that Jews are getting a taste of what it feels like to be a Muslim in this country, she was saying that American Jews have it coming. She added that Sarandon's words implied that we don't deserve to live free from harassment and assault. But now look what's happening here. Scream 7 reportedly losing Jenna Ortega. This is from Screen Rant. And the assumption, or at least the idea that some people are getting, is that she is exiting, and she was already planning on exiting because of scheduling conflicts, but I'm not 100% convinced, especially how it reads here. Scream 7 is reportedly losing major cast member Jenna Ortega. Ortega played Tara Carpenter, one of the core 4 characters who survived the events of Scream 22 and Scream 6. Tara is the younger sister of Sam Carpenter, the character played by Melissa Barrera, who is also reportedly not returning for the sequel following controversial posts on social media. So they were pushing these two ladies to be kind of like the new Sydneys of the Scream franchise. I mean, they've already been in another Scream film and one before that from what I'm seeing. I haven't seen the last few Scream films, but Deadline reports that Jenna Ortega will not be returning for the sequel Scream 7, partially due to her commitment to Wednesday Season 2. So they say partially. I'm pretty sure they do that on purpose. According to their report, this exit was already in talks prior to Barrera's reported quiet firing. Scream 7's production is awaiting a completed script, and her commitments to wrapping production on Beetlejuice 2 and returning to Ireland for Wednesday in April 2024 leave her schedule seriously impacted. But from what I was reading, Jenna Ortega also is pro-Palestinian, at least in the sense of freeing them. I don't know what her political views are beyond that. And I also don't know what Melissa Barrera's political views are beyond her wanting them to be free. I do know personally that I don't want war to happen. Now that this has been exposed, these ladies are not going to be in this film anymore, which means that the film could be looking very different in the near future. Barrera's controversial firing came after the Star shared posts about the Israel-Hamas war involving language that a representative for Spyglass said in a recent statement crosses the line into hate speech. The online pushback against this decision has been fierce, and it remains to be seen if the production company will hold the line on her removal from the project. Although the stories around Barrera's firing and Ortega's potential exit are still developing, which means these guys don't even have 100% information on the situation, it seems possible that one or both of the Carpenter sisters will not return. If this is the case, the core 4 at the center of the new Scream movies, okay, these are the core characters, all right, they're supposed to be the Sydneys of the movies, would be compromised, leaving only twins Chad and Mindy Meeks Martin. And this is the second Scream sequel in a row to be rocked by casting issues following the controversial exit of Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. Following a pay dispute, Campbell did not join the Scream 6 cast despite returning for Scream 22, though her recent exit from the main cast of Netflix's The Lincoln Lawyer has led to speculation that she could be planning to return for Scream 7. Because of all these factors, the Scream 7 cast is currently in flux. This will likely lead to complications with completing the script, as it is unknown exactly which characters will actually be returning. So this movie is in limbo right now. And if the strikes were not bad enough for this film, these decisions made by Spyglass and the non-defense from the director, it's looking pretty bad for Scream 7, especially if any other Scream cast members drop out either as a reaction to Barrera's firing or an unwillingness to go forward without either Carpenter's sister. The sequel could end up looking entirely different than originally planned. In my opinion, Jenna Ortega might have been talking about leaving the film. I have no idea. I'll probably look into it a little bit later. But to say that it's not because of Barrera's firing, especially when they both apparently share the same views on the pro-Palestinian matter, it just goes to show that they might actually be onto something with Jenna Ortega exiting because of Barrera. As far as that goes, I would be inclined to share that sentiment. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not had the chance to share it with your friends and hit that like button, that would be awesome. And hey, if you're feeling ultra spicy, consider subscribing to my channel so that you're always up to date on what kind of thing I've got going on. I look forward to seeing you all again in the next one. Later. Meow, meow.